Good morning and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Andrew Taylor, the Services Support Officer at CCRQ. Today's webinar topic is on forward procurement schedules and how you can get a head start on upcoming tenders. With Business Ready QAssure, we aim to simplify the tendering process, which is why we highlight upcoming tender applications within our forward procurement schedule. Today, I am going to explain why particular tenders are announced so early, the opportunities that forward procurement schedules present to your business, and how you can access our weekly tender notification email with what's coming up. But before we start, if you want to ask a question, you can do so at any time during the webinar using the chat box that appears in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Let's get started. I'm very happy to talk about Business Ready QAssure because I think it helps everyone understand the procurement process, and especially in relation to the forward procurement schedules. Every business would love to win that lucrative contract, and with forward procurement schedules, you can be prepared and plan your submission well in advance. Today we're going to cover what is Business Ready QAssure. We're going to find out understandings how we can help you get ready to win government contracts, forward procurement schedules, why are particular tenders announced so early, and what are the opportunities for your business. We're going to talk about tips and advice for upcoming tenders, and the support and resources from the team at Business Ready QAssure. So first of all, what is Business Ready QAssure? The team at Business Ready QAssure are here to help you get your business ready to work for Queensland Government. Business Ready QAssure is run by CCRQ, the Queensland Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and you will receive all the support by a trusted business support organisation. How can you benefit? We are the largest ICT supplier network in Queensland, with a mix of government users, applicants, and private industry users, and is the best way to get noticed. A membership with Business Ready QAssure gives you access to CCRQ and sets you up to take advantage of every opportunity. Accreditation. We perform the due diligence on your business that is required by the QITC framework. This accreditation will help you in your application process, putting you at the top of the pile with a government trusted process. Government procurement officers will be able to ask you for your Business Ready QAssure number and then log in and check your accreditation is up to date, making their job easier in selecting the winning tender. Informing you of the procurement process in our events and webinars, just like this one. Listing your business capabilities for exposure to the entire market. Your public profile is a key resource to being found by ICT customers, and having your business capabilities up to date and displayed will help your potential customers find you when searching. Easy contract creation, saving you time and reducing red tape. With built-in auto-populated general and comprehensive contracts, you can easily start these, saving you time and duplication. And the support and resources from Business Ready QAssure, such as pre-filled templates to save you time, the weekly national tender notification for members, and an advice line that makes it easier for you to discover the world of QITC and Business Ready QAssure. How we help you win government contracts? Well, once you're a Business Ready QAssure member, you are ready for any suitable government tender that are released. You have been pre-qualified by a trusted process, and this is used by 27 government departments and organisations. The team are here to help, and we have the resources and advice, such as the weekly tender notification service, which is delivered to every member on Monday each week. This trusted resource includes newly released tenders, current open tenders, and the forward procurement schedule that you should all know about. You will also have your own searchable public supplier listing to be found. The best thing about being a member of Business Ready QAssure is our members have a history of winning contracts, with over 400 contracts awarded to members, with an average tender value at over $800,000. To understand forward procurement and why governments release tenders so early, we must first look at the Queensland Procurement Policy 2019. The policy aims to focus on the economic benefit to Queensland, so by applying a local benefits test and supporting secure and fair employment outcomes, the policy is aimed at tenders that support the economy as much as possible, maximising Queensland supplier opportunities to participate. By ensuring that each procurement opportunity, at least one regional and one Queensland supplier, where possible, are invited to submit a quote or tender, with additional weightings for having HR, wage and employment policies in place, as well as your office location. Submitting your response as an SME is now worth your time and effort. Supporting regional and remote economies. By allowing agencies to procure for regional and remote locations from businesses in these regions. Supporting disadvantaged Queenslanders by increasing procurement within genuine, quality social enterprises and Indigenous businesses. Stimulate the ICT sector and drive innovation. Increasing the number of businesses who work with government, including regional and SME businesses. These principles all factor into the tender process, and forward procurement schedules are a process to aid this. Now, a little bit about supplying to Queensland Government. The Queensland Government spends billions of dollars each year on goods and services on many types of products. To supply, you may need to meet certain criteria, and this is where pre-qualification helps, understanding the minimum requirements. Some tenders will also ask for additional checks and balances. From the 1st of August this year, all suppliers must meet the ethical supplier threshold. The ethical supplier threshold outlines the wage and entitlement standards expected of suppliers who wish to do business with Queensland Government. Meeting the threshold is a precondition for supply. An example of how this works. The procuring agency calls for tenders. The invitation to offer requires tenderers to confirm that they meet the ethical supplier threshold, including paying award wages. If the procuring agency discovers that a supplier pays their employees with pay rates below the applicable modern award, the agency then finds the supplier's offer to be non-conforming and excludes them from the tender process. Tender process. Some of these tenders are only open to 3 or 4 weeks, so having early notice is key. The forward procurement schedules can help advise potential suppliers to get ready, but they can also help the market shape the advertised tender. Tendering best practice. How can you stand out and gain additional weightings? By Queensland ensures suppliers to government meet very clear best practice principles with up to 20% weighting, including workplace health and safety systems and standards, a commitment to apprenticeships and trainees, best practice industrial relations, and a history of compliance with procurement tendering and other government policy. So being prepared for an upcoming tender is key. Knowing that a tender is due for release can increase your chances of submitting your best submission. Start now, being prepared in your key areas. Make sure your HR policies are in place. Becoming pre-qualified to make sure you meet all criteria, i.e. becoming a BRQ member. Key stakeholders having the information ready to present and submitting on time. Late tenders are not generally accepted. So being able to see upcoming tenders can help you be tender ready and submit superior submission. The forward procurement opportunities for suppliers. The state government has released a forward procurement dashboard to highlight the future opportunities of suppliers. This will break down the total spend over the state in the 4 following areas: the procurement category, the agency, the region the spending will be in, and also the contract value. At the time of this webinar, there is $78.6 million worth of upcoming ICT procurement activity planned in Queensland. We include all these tender opportunities in our weekly tender notification to help you prepare, plan, and present. So why are we notified so early? The state government plans its annual spending and needs to report on and gain approvals for this spending. You have the opportunity to see how the future and know what the opportunities are likely to come up for you and your business, and be ready for when they are released. This is a great opportunity for your business and helps small businesses work towards tenders they sometimes cannot find the time for if found at the last minute. Keep an eye out for the weekly tender notification to make sure you know when you and your team will need a kick into gear. As you can see in this graph, the forward procurement dashboard also alerts you to the government agencies that have the ICT tenders coming up, a great highlight of great relationship building. The opportunities that Forward Procurement Schedule present for your business. How does your business currently find or submit for tenders? We all know that winning a business is about preparation, planning, and opportunity. Imagine knowing when an opportunity will be presented and being prepared for it. Will this help your business grow and succeed? Forward procurement schedules highlight when an opportunity will be released, and we help by including this in the weekly tender notification. If you're a pre-qualified business who is prepared for a weekly tender when it's released and submit on time, you have to increase your chances of winning. And this is why forward procurement schedules are so useful. Forward procurement works when you know how to tender. One of the most popular features of Business Ready QAssure, what we do here, is the tender advice that we give, including the top tips of tendering we have learned. Tip 1 is ensure you are ready. When your business is pre-qualified with Business Ready QAssure, we make sure that you meet all the minimum requirements needed to bid for that tender. This means that you are ready to tender and that government officers know you have set yourself up with a trusted process. Plan response. Plan early and make sure you give yourself the time needed. Running out of time opens up opportunity for mistakes and a rush job. And this also, again, highlights why forward procurement schedules work. Is it mandatory? When completing your application, it's important to note the variety of ways that a field may be marked as mandatory for completion. Essential criteria. Most tenders will advise you on the criteria that you will be scored against, but weightings are not usually revealed. So treat each criteria with equal importance and list them all. Answer all questions. Answering every question is usually a mandatory requirement of most tender applications, regardless of their value. Be succinct. When completing your application, try not to make them read War and Peace. Get to the point quickly and as efficiently as possible. Customers always come first. Try to focus your answers within the tender to what your business can do for the customer. Try not to focus your response solely around your business. Value for money. Submission assessments look at several non-price factors, so including all information combating this will help add to your submission. Don't assume. If you have a previous track record of working with the buyer or any government department, always include this within your tender response. Not all government officers will know you and your history. Review. When completing your application, make sure you take the time to review for simple mistakes and the overall messaging. Also, review the tender process for your business, as this will also help with future tenders. And today's tip would be the forward procurement schedules. As the topic of this webinar suggests, keeping an eye out for your weekly tender notification and the list of forward procurement advisors that are listed will give you guys time to prepare, plan, and action any tenders that are released. Now, the resources available to our member does include this member-only tender notification. It's a key resource that will help you find tenders that you are suitable for. It's national, so it does cover all state and territories, as many businesses are looking into other markets, and we are here to help. It's specific to the ICT sector, so you no longer have to browse through building and construction tenders, but you only see specific ICT tenders. The latest releases are listed at the top, so you get to see what has just come to our attention and can action this at the start of your week. Current open tenders are then listed below that, so you can still see when things are open in case you missed them. And of course, below that is the forward procurement schedule, highlighting what government has announced are tenders that are up and coming. This resource saves you time and saves you paying someone to go through the multiple tender websites looking for work for your business. It's now all in one place and a critical tool for all business-ready QAssure members. And if you are interested in any of the tenders, all you have to do is click more information and you go straight to the advertised tender site. Having this resource delivered to you and your key staff each Monday is valuable, and please contact me after the webinar if you do need signing up to this. So we are here to help. You can call us with any issues that you may have about your BRQ application or the accreditation process. We can also discuss with you our learnings on topics such as supplier arrangement, contracting, tendering, including the forward procurement schedules, top tips, especially when you're tendering and tender's about to close, and the requirements for working with government. As discussed, Business Ready QAssure membership gets you accreditation, gets you listed, and gets you the access to the support and resources that Business Ready QAssure offers. Membership is an affordable and easy option to get ahead of the rest. Our SME membership costs $360 each year, and this gives your business accreditation, a priority listing on qassure.com.au, business support and advice, and the weekly tender notification, and access to forward procurement schedules. Please contact us for other membership options or register at qassure.com.au. So forward procurement schedules, an overview. The government tenders are often released early, and this is so it gives you time to prepare. Forward procurement notices give you and your business opportunities to plan. Receive the forward procurement schedules. Get your key staff signed up to receive the national tender notification. And be pre-qualified. With the support and resources of Business Ready QAssure, you are likely to win a contract. Thank you to everyone who's joined us today. I hope that I've answered some of your questions around forward procurement and the tendering process. And we will send a link to the webinar recording and presentation slides tomorrow. I look forward to welcoming you to another webinar in the very near future, and we hope to speak to you again. Thanks.